Ba-ba. Hello, Salami Boy. Hello, Congronamics. Welcome to the stream. Allow me to get some other stuff set up. I know the screen is black. You don't need to tell me. Everyone seems to like saying, hey, your screen's black. At the start of the streams, there's a reason. Because I need to get stupid things set up because I'm a stupid person. So, bear with me a little bit. I'm a little bit of a dum-dum sometimes. No TikTok stream today, unfortunately, so sorry, TikTok lovers. And I'm still getting that weird bug where I can't see my mouse on Geometry Dash. Great start. How's everyone's Saturday going? It's still not showing my fucking mouse. Why is it doing that? Look, my mouse is visible. You guys can't see it, but I swear it is. Bro. I need to like use fucking echolocation and shit to figure out where my mouse is. Like I need to see how the menu responds when I'm looking for when I'm looking through stuff. Okay, so create. Here, go down a bit. Go here. Play button. I mean, I kind of agree that sidestep kind of sucks to play. I wouldn't go as far to start targeting the decoration, though. It's definitely the level, or the gameplay. Because you're targeting decoration that used to be, like, high quality in the day. Or, like, moderately high quality. So that's kind of a weird thing to target. Like, you being mad at sidestep being an annoying level is fair. Oh, great. So it's not working. Properties. I don't know why it's being so sus today. Geometry Dash. That input stinks. This ball part's really fun, but it gets really obnoxious kind of towards the end. You have to go fast. That input, like in this last section is really short, but that input is the one that kind of stinks the most, I'd say. Because that's the one where you have to start getting into like the flow of the clicks, or you have to do all the clicks at the right time. So like that's the last one that's kind of you need to learn. Ugh. The fucking invisible ramp on that part is so obnoxious. That's literally like the one negative, other than that robot part at the end, that I can give about this level, is that there's literally just some like invisible shit like that. Also, I need to place more checkpoints. I'd love to see my fucking mouse, though. Is there like a cursor setting that I'm missing? Nope. There's a lock cursor. Let me go back. Let me turn it to borderless. Oh, so look, now you want to show my fucking mouse. Now you don't want to show my mouse. That's really annoying. Okay. More start positions. I have like a weird visual indicator for that jump. The one that like I die at all the fucking time whenever I was congregation jump scared. The only jump that now I'm still like messing up at this beginning part are these green orbs. You have to hit them a lot earlier than I thought. Oh, and then there's like pretty much only every green orb hit like semi early until you get to that one green orb where you have to hit it like kind of weirdly late. Ugh. My end, it shows 0 dropped frames. I'll check the YouTube stream just to make sure. But it's not lagging, at least on my end. It's definitely on your end. Because I have the stream open and it ain't lagging. Maybe there's like a little bit of stutter, but that's because I'm not using full screen right now. And there's not even that much stutter. Yeah, you're lagging. I am reading Twitch chat, but I don't care about your level. Hate to be mean, but I don't do level requests. Level requests tire me out and they're boring. Except when like my long-term subscribers do them. Those are more funny. I think I'm going to start being more open to, like, if you're a long-term subscriber, and by long-term I mean like, you know, a week, and like I see you often, I think I'll be more willing to, like, if you guys show me a level that you made, or just a level in general, I'll definitely be more willing to, you know, play it on stream. I think that's something that I should start doing, because I know some of you like making, you know, levels for fun, or like maybe you want to jump scare me, and you know, when I don't do them, it can be kind of lame and you kind of waste your time. Because I know a lot of people do want me to bring level requests back, but like I am very adamant about not doing like streams dedicated to them. But I would not mind doing like mini sections of the stream dedicated to where it's like, you know, let's say I'm having a bad streak in every end. I can be like, you know what? Does anyone have a level they want me to play? And then I'll like play like a few levels and then get back into it. The only problem with that is that I can already see problems coming up where like someone will say something like, oh, please play, like I'll say, all right, let me play someone's level. And then like 7 people say, oh, play my level. And then I'm like, well, shit, I only wanted to play like 1 or 2. And then some other people are going to feel ripped off. But I think, unfortunately, at that point, I'm just going to have to say, deal with it. Oh, that was decent. I don't know if you guys agree, but this is a very interesting level to play. Like, it's so satisfying to pull off those jumps. It's hard to explain. YouTube chat died. The stream just started, and you know, I'm not nearly as popular as I used to be, Congronamics. As much as you might not think that, but believe it or not, I'm not popular anymore. And I was really never popular in the first place. So, you know, some days it's not going to be active, but that's not what I care about. The cat is back. It's been a while, buddy. I haven't seen you in years. All because of Every End. Every End is the reason I haven't seen it. Every End kept you locked in the bunker, but now you finally get some time in the daylight. I hate that green orb. It's such an awkward timing where it's like I expect it to be just like a super late input, but it's not. It's like some weird kind of it's like right in between being like a late-ish to super late. Where, you know, I can't just wait till the very end, but I also can't, you know, wait not enough. That green orb sucks. Actually, you know what I've realized? Most green orbs in this goddamn part kind of suck. Like that one is kind of hard. I'm getting more consistent at it though. And that blue orb is hard. Yeah, this level is beautiful. I don't care what people say. This level was very pretty. And I'm playing on low detail mode as well. You know, it still looks great. I want more levels like this. That are centered around the more, I guess, basic gameplay game modes. Although this level does have the robot, which kind of throws a wrench in that, but you get what I mean. Where it's like, you know, my favorite parts of Congregation are every part that isn't that robot part. Hello, Maniacs. Hot take, Congregation jump scares overrated as fuck? No. There's a reason, like, the Congregation jump scare didn't just come out of nowhere. It came because it was the weekly demon one day as, like, an April Fool's joke. So there's a reason why Congregation jump scare exists. It's not just something someone pulled out of their ass. Like, Rob Top technically did it himself. I wouldn't say it's overrated. Would I say it's kind of overused? Yeah. Like, there are still people spamming Congregation jump scare stuff, and it's like, I'm okay with it. Because, you know, I'm actually a player that didn't know about the Congregation jump scare that well when y'all were doing it to me. But nowadays, it's like when I see a Congregation jump scare, I'm like, I feel like most people are kind of tired of it. Like we've seen this thing before. We've seen this story before. It could have been Acheron. Acheron, well, the problem is that Acheron doesn't have the energy of a jump scare, you know? Like, what part of Acheron has jump scare energy other than the drop? But every drop has, like, jump scare energy. With Congregation, I think it's a good kind of jump scare to it. Because it goes from, like, super quiet song to very loud. So, in a way, like, when you listen to the actual, you know, Congregation song, Purgatory, like, it actually kind of carries that energy. Whereas Acheron's song is good, by the way, but it doesn't really have a jump scare kind of tone to it. It's just a very techno dubsteppy sounding song. Whereas this one is not really that, you know, dubsteppy. It's very, you know, it's techno. I like the song a lot because it's not just like a, you know, it's not like your typical F777 or who made Thermodynamics? Waterflame? No. What the fuck? Why did I say Waterflame? Who made the Acheron song? Why am I blanking on this? Who made the Acheron song? I'm tripping. It's another like very popular GD creator. Or not GD creator, but you know, music artist that's in like Jump Dash. Damn it. Bloodbath jump scare is overused. Bloodbath jump scare was never was kind of funny, but that was at the time. Bloodbath jump scare is just outdated. And I wouldn't even say it's overused. Like, it was overused 7 years ago, but not really anymore. If I see a bloodbath jump scare, I'm like, oh wow, you scared me with a, you know. I love that used to be used to be humanly impossible in our eyes. Whereas, like, I still think Congregation is, you know, Congregation's still a top 200 level. So it has a little bit of a fear factor to it still. Acropolis jump scare, that's just a me thing. I've never seen it elsewhere. I saw someone, I actually saw a TikTok last night of someone doing a compilation of all Geometry jump scares, and there was no Acropolis. Because, you know, I mean, I feel like I'm probably not the only person ever, but, like, you know, that was kind of a thing with this channel. You know, it didn't really become widespread at all. And also, it doesn't, like, pertain to most people. Like, the reason I hate Acropolis is because I fucking despise that level. But, like, Acropolis is actually a pretty widely loved level. I know people don't like the gameplay of Acropolis, but, like, people still like Acropolis. Whereas I'm, like, the complete opposite. I despise it as a level. And a lot of people have pointed out, like, that doesn't make sense, you know, because I play every end. I play Congregation. I like Heliopolis and Necropolis, which all have a very similar archetype to the level of where they're all timing oriented. But Acropolis is just that one that I despise, whereas I love all the other ones. Guess who made Avernus' song? That has nothing to do with what I asked. You know, I'm going to look it up myself. Since you said you were going to look it up, but you didn't want to. Thermodynamics. DJ Nate. There we go. That's a name that I hear so much, but never remember. He made Electrodynamics. I'm pretty sure. You should make a mega collab called Back on Track. Why? When was Congregation Weekly? April Fools. It was an April Fool's joke. RobTop does that all the time. For April Fools, he'll put like a really hard Extreme Demon as the weekly. Ugh. I think this, like, me playing this part really tells me that, you know, Congregation still ain't easy. You know, I'll get consistent at this part, but, like, you know, some of these inputs are still hard even if I learn them, even after I learn them. Acropolis jump scare needs to be used more. Well, no, because, like, you guys are misunderstanding, like, why jump scares become popular is because in general they pack a punch. Why was Bloodbath jump scare popular for a bit? Because at the time Bloodbath was like the hardest fucking level a human has ever done. You know, why was Congregation a jump scare? Because, you know, it was a weekly demon as a joke. But Acropolis doesn't have that energy. Like, the only reason it had quote-unquote energy on my channel is because it made sense. Like, the reason that I was scared by Acropolis is because A, I fucking hate the level, and B, when I did play the level, I had a terrible time with it. So, like, when I get Acropolis jump scared, there's, like, a meaning behind it. Whereas, you know, if for like you're just random other person, it wouldn't really make that much sense. They would just be like, oh, it's Acropolis. You know, but for me, I'm sitting there like with, you know, fuzzy eyes, you know, traumatized by my experience with Acropolis. So why wasn't Tartarus jump scare used? Because it doesn't have jump scare energy. It uses clubstep. Like, clubstep doesn't have, like, the song Clubstep doesn't have, like, a good jump scare sound to it, you know? Like, oh boy, clubstep, you know? That's why thermodynamic, that's why fucking, you know, what's it called? That's why Acheron didn't have really good jump scares, because no disrespect to the songs are good, by the way. But, like, they don't carry jump scare energy. They're just very dubsteppy. Whereas, you know, like, let's look at Acropolis, for example. You know, it's not like fucking loud in-your-face dubstep. And then let's look at the Congregation one. It's loud, but it's not like, you know, your traditional dubstep-sounding Geometry Dash song. It's a little more, I guess, intimidating. Like, if you listen to the whole entirety of this song, Purgatory, if you listen to it, it's very off-putting. I mean, it's called Purgatory, for God's sake. The song's pretty good, but, like, it's not your traditional Geometry Dash song. Congregation full version when? I wish. If that becomes a thing and they need a verifier, hit me up. Damn it! I just want to try to get from this part to the robot. That's like a solid, I think, 15% run into the level. Okay, I need a better, like, indicator for that. Can I just... Okay, I can almost bump up. Okay, let's go back. Ugh, visual indicators for orbs are so much harder. Thank God there's no orbs in every end. And then it's the same thing but upside down. But it throws you off anyways, because even though it's the same thing, it's just upside down. Holy crap. So that's like a, what? 42? Yeah, that's like an 18%. You refuse to believe this is harder than Bloodlust? It's not. It's not harder than Bloodlust. Bloodlust is higher on the list. I don't think you knew that though, but it's okay. Bloodlust is higher than this level. Okay, we do not talk about the blood bust allegations. That was a while ago, okay? We can't bring that up anymore. No, that was a good run. Damn. I'm fucking getting better. I'm getting better at this part. This part is so fucking satisfying to play. Like, honestly, this is gonna sound crazy. This is probably more fun than every part I played in every end. Like this part is so much fun to learn. and play. Because like the timings don't feel like bullshit. There's no like frame perfects. They're all just like respectfully hard inputs. Like the hardest one is probably this slope jump here, the second jump. That slope jump is kind of hard, but I've got like an indicator down for it. God, this part is so fucking awesome. And the song slaps. Man, that alternate universe where I played Congregation before every end, I'm probably eating really good in that one. But unfortunately, this is the reality where I chose every end before Congregation. Holy shit, that was late. And for the person that said like they think this is harder than Bloodlust, I think this is like 170, and I think Bloodlust is 150. They said Bloodlust, right? Yeah, here look. Holy misspell. Yeah, Bloodlust is 162. Holy misspell. Congregation. Holy crap. And Congregation is 178. So Bloodlust is harder. Congregations End or Every Congregation, both of those kind of suck. as level names. They do not work together well. This almost such good sync as well. I was cheating on the syncing in the ball part, but like this part has very good sync. Oh, I keep jumping late there. The pre-drop is boring. I wouldn't say it's boring. The pre-drop is slow. And, you know, if you're a new gen, you would think that's boring. If you're an old gen like me, slow gameplay, that shit's fire. When it's all slow and, you know, you don't have to worry about, you don't have to constantly look ahead of shit, make sure you know what you're supposed to do, you know, you're not constantly panicking. It's like just slow, methodical, make sure you hit your timings. I much prefer that kind of gameplay. But, you know, if you think it's boring, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. It is very slow. But I disagree. Calling it boring because it's slow, I don't think is valid. Obviously, that's my opinion, so don't necessarily accept my opinion just because I disagree, or don't necessarily target or disagree with me in a harsh manner, as in don't fucking come for my neck just because I disagree with you. You know, it's your opinion. I like Congregation a lot. I wish I played this level before every end. I would probably be having so much fun playing Geometry Dash. And long? It's not that long, bro. It's like... Actually, how long is the pre-drop? It's like a minute? Actually, it's probably like 40 seconds. How long is Congregation? Congregation is 3 minutes. Yeah, that's like a third of the level, so it's about a minute long. If you can't handle a minute of like slow, methodical gameplay, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. How did you beat Stereo Madness? You play Congregation full version when there is no Congregation full version. This is it. This is Congregation. I was saying if that's like an actual thing and they need a verifier, you know, hit me up. You have congregation in 2 run, but you drop it. Okay. What did I do this morning? I slept in, tried to work on editing a video, but I didn't really like how it was coming out, so I scrapped it. So there was going to be a new video, but it just wasn't turning out well, so I scrapped that whole thing. I did finally make it so Viper has admin privileges on my channel. So if you saw yesterday, she uploaded a YouTube short on my channel, and she was very happy about it. So congrats to her. I got my first YouTube paycheck, which was nice. That's my first time getting paid by YouTube. I'm getting my Twitch paycheck next week. I spent most of today just making sure everything was rolling. You know, trying to make more content. Unfortunately, I kind of hit a brick wall today, but you know, I'm starting to come up with some ideas for like videos. Because I know I'm mostly here for live. I mostly do live streams, but I think it would be nice to have some, you know, non-live stream content. So I've been thinking of like, what stuff can I record off stream? And what I was thinking of doing is just off stream. What I can do is maybe play some like easier levels, like maybe play some hard demons and like some medium demons off stream, and then just, you know, upload my video of me beating them. But that's kind of generic. I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to be like, oh wow, Jade posted, look, he beat, you know, conical depression. Well, not conical depression, but you know, like, oh look, he beat Layak or something. You guys would probably rather watch that on stream. Can I make a globe room? Nah. When I'm trying to focus, I don't make globe rooms. The only people that can force me to make a globe room are the people that are my highest tier member on my memberships. So if job application comes in here, because he's a super duper epic noodle. Actually, I think Lays Kitty can also do that. I'm pretty sure I made it so if you are a Verdant Viper or a super duper epic noodle on my channel, then you can ask me to make a globe room with you. I hate gatekeeping that, but honestly, it's hard for me to open public rooms because a lot of people like to troll. And not like the evil kind of trolling, but you know, like when I'm trying to focus, they'll like keep their icon next to me intentionally, and it will really throw me the hell off. And you know, I don't like dealing with that. Yeah, so it looks like Chesburger and job application are the only ones that can ask me to open a room. So if they're here and they want me to open a room, they can open one, or they can tell me and I'll open one. Or let's see here. Yeah, Globed Access, Verdant Viper. It's not about VC. The VC isn't the problem in Globe. But now you get like I had this conversation before. When you guys start adding on these things where it's like make it so you can't see people that are close to you, then really what's the point? At that point, you could just watch my stream and play the level at the same time. You know, then guess what? I can't be able to see you. And, you know, pretty much the same thing. I don't hate you guys. I've just had a bad experience having a Globe server. If you see my 9 Circles experience video, that one's very old. So if you guys weren't there to see it, that's fine. You'll see that like just throughout that entire time of me playing Jawbreaker, there was just 2 people that were being really fucking annoying. And all they would do is just like hover near me. And it's like, you know what? I just don't want to do this anymore when I'm trying to lock in and beat a level or like learn a level. because it's distracting. And while it has like some entertainment value, I'm not saying like, oh, you guys aren't funny when you do that. But like when I try to lock in on something, that's when I'm kind of like, okay, you know, the silly jokes can wait. Or the pranksters can, you know, sit on the sidelines for this one. Well, one of them is banned. But it was banned for a completely separate reason. It didn't have to do with that globed room. You're gonna do no clip run with me? Well, again, that's like incredibly distracting. Like, that's only kind of proving my point, where it's like seeing you no clip through the level while I'm trying to learn it. Like, it's fun for you guys, and you know, I'm glad you guys would enjoy that. But in my case, it would be more frustrating. So like, there's a kind of a balance there, where it's like, you know, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of my sanity if it means you guys have more fun. But in this case, it's not sanity being lost, it's genuine frustration being built up. Because like, if I'm trying to learn a part and then all of a sudden your icon zooms by me, you know, it could just throw me off. Speed hack runs would be better. No, that's still very distracting. Like, I'm not trying to plug my video here, but literally, like, go to my like 9 Circles experience video and go to when I played Jawbreaker, and you'll just see how obnoxious it was playing that on a public server, or playing it, you know, in a public room with you guys. Like, if you watch the Jawbreaker portion of that video, like the first, you know, 30 seconds of it, you will literally just see the chaos that arose when I did that. Neither. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, neither are better. There is no better alternative. The best option is just, you know, me not being able to see your icons. And if I can't see your icons, what's the point in being in a globe server, you know? So ban them. No, because that adds an additional bit of hassle. Like, that adds even more distraction. You guys aren't considering that. Like, you're saying, okay, so ban the people that do that. But that means I have to get out of the level, go back to the globe settings, ban that user, then get back in the level. That's literally even more distracting than if I just didn't do anything. Respectfully, you're kind of missing the point. What song and style gameplay? I don't really know. There is a Nong song that I was using for my own. Actually, there's a bunch of Nong songs that like I would love to see in a GD level, but I don't know if you're able to use Nongs. And also, if you want a gameplay suggestion, you should know. Well, not. I don't mean you should know as in like a mean way, but like, you know that I like very slow gameplay, very like 1.9-esque timing levels where it requires really hard timings and the level doesn't really speed up that much. You know, like Congregation is a good example of where it breaks that mold. Like Congregation, like I'm playing at 2x speed right now, but like, look, the gameplay is very slow. It's like you click every now and then, but they're all really hard timings. I like timing levels, but not timing levels where it's like 4x speed, you know, you're flying across the screen, you know, good luck figuring out what you have to do. I like when you know exactly what you have to do, but you just have to do it, you know. It's kind of hard to explain. I think if you want a good point of reference, look at Necropolis. Necropolis is a great example of a level that like I really love. You know, obviously every end, the Congregation. I hate to bring up Acropolis, but yes, Acropolis is a good example of like the archetype of level that I enjoy, where speed changes aren't really overused. You know, the gap. Actually, here's a big one. You guys might not understand this, but here's a big one. The gap between all of the portals, like switching between icons, is tremendously large. Like, look, in Congregation, you're the cube from all the way over here to all the way over here. You're the robot from there all the way until like the very end. Like, there's not a lot of vehicle changes. What I like in levels is when you actually get to spend time with your game mode. Like that, like you guys already know, I'm not a huge fan of flow levels. I don't have any problems with flow levels. If you like flow levels, more for you. But I love levels where you just get to spend some time, like in a weird way, spend time with like your icon, you know? Like you get to spend some time just chilling with your icon. Where is the portal here also? Am I tripping? I know there's supposed to be like a cube portal. Yeah. Right here. What was the 9 Circles experience all in one stream? Yes, it was one stream. It was 9 Circles and Jawbreaker I did together in one stream. I think that was the stream. That was like one of the streams right after I beat Bloodbath, and I said, you know what? Let's try to beat 9 Circles and Jawbreaker for the first time legitimately. And I thought I could do them both at the same time, and I did. Which song has the nong? What do you mean which song has the nong? Do you just mean which song? Well, it depends. Like, what kind of level are you going for? There's like here, there's one level that I envisioned. You guys all have to be like that, right? You guys have that moments where like you sit there and you kind of like envision a level. You know, you can't make the level, but like if you could make a level, it's a level you'd make. It's called Lacerations by Mr. Kitty. Like, that's a song that I thought of. Now, I know I'm not really a huge fan of these every end level remakes, but I was like, I could totally see Lacerations, that song that I just said, being used in a ball-only level. You know, because you guys know my favorite game mode. Actually, I would say my favorite game mode is the cube now, but like ball is not far behind. You listen to a song, but you see the vision? Yeah. That's what I get with Lacerations by Mr. Kitty. I like get a vision where it's like I imagine a ball-only level with really annoying timings. And I know that's kind of weird to imagine, but like, you know, you guys know the kind of levels I like to play. I'm the same guy that chose to play every end in Congregation. And I played Heliopolis yesterday. Let's be called... No, you're not going to be called my femboy community. The fog of war. You guys hear the trumpets as the fog fades and the fart sounds. Lay's Kitty has entered the arena. Welcome, Lay's Kitty. Oh, man, I forgot the invisible block there. I almost did the ending part. When's Fairy Dust? Fairy Dust was a little... I think Fairy Dust was right before my vacation. Fairy Dust and Forsaken Neon were the two levels I played before my vacation, as well as Quantum Processing, as you know. Ah. Come on, I could do the ending of Congregation. Gameplay style, timing heavy, ball and cube. I mean, if you want to make literally the level that would like make me, you know, ultra excited, that's the kind of level it would be. Timing heavy, slow paced, ball and cube. You know, you could throw a robot in there. I feel like robot's the next game mode I want to get good at. And then spider as well. I would say, like, if you want an idea of my favorite game modes, it's cube, ball, spider, robot, UFO. You may notice that it's missing two very popular game modes that are used in almost every level nowadays, called the ship and the wave. I have nothing against them, but I like the very simple game modes where you just click and something happens. You know, you just jump, you teleport, you fall down. I like that shit. I'm a very basic man. Hey, 84 to 100. What's a better song? Electrodynamics. No offense, Thermodynamics hits. Like, Thermodynamics is a fire song, but I like Electrodynamics more. Especially the second part of Electro. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the second part of Electrodynamics. Like, if you've actually heard the whole song, like, it really switches up. How many of you know what I'm talking about? This part's gonna take me so long to learn, by the way. How many people have actually heard the, like, full Electrodynamic song? I will warn you, Saya, like, timing gameplay is very hard to make unique. Like, there's a reason why I like every ending Congregation so much is because they're timing levels, but they have a lot of uniqueness to how they do the timings. Like, every end formats them very different in a very unique way. And, like, Congregation is just very, like, interesting looking timings and stuff. I mean, like, that's why I like timing so much, is that the concept of how to make a timing is so easy. Anyone can make a triple spike or a frame perfect, but not a lot of people can make timings that look and feel good. Like, it's a very hard endeavor to make a really good timing level, I'll say. If you want, like, a more modern reference, Heliopolis is a level that I enjoy a lot, and it's got a lot of the gameplay that I enjoy. You know, it's got UFO, it's got all the beautiful game modes that I love. This is the one part in Congregation I don't like, though. Like, this part can go to hell. Congregation would be my ideal level if this part didn't exist. Because it's just too fast, you know. I like a good old slower, you know, really take some time with the timings, you know. Get to know them, you know. Take them out to dinner. Like, go out with the triple spike and be like, yeah, you know, I really enjoy the time I'm spending with you. Yeah. Am I weird for saying that? I don't know if any of y'all understand what I mean, where it's like, it's so much better when you have, like, you know, you could actually see the timing and, like, visually grasp it when you have to perform it, you know. It's not like just it comes in at your face and you just need to learn the timing. Like, it's more of a rhythmic timing at that point as opposed to, like, an actual timing. This jump I despise though. It like see like all the fucking black shadow gets in your way. How do I put GD on my other monitor? I don't know. I'm pretty sure you guys are referring to like the old collab that we tried to do. That one, I would say we're kind of abandoning that. You know, I worked on it a little bit like this last day and I'm like, I don't know where this is going to go. I feel like it doesn't really have a direction right now. And that's kind of my fault. But I feel like most of the people involved with it either aren't on the channel anymore or they, you know, haven't really done much. No disrespect to them, you know. There's no deadline for the level, but like, you know, not a lot of people have made progress on their parts, I guess. How do you make GD windowed? Dude, you're asking questions that you could just do yourself. Go into your settings and turn off full screen. Like, did I really need to tell you that? With all due respect. I know I'm a computer whiz, but I'm not like a fucking genius, you know. This is literally the equivalent of your mom telling you to switch the channel on the TV. You press one button, she's like, "Oh, you're such a genius." You know, like, come on. You should know how to turn off full screen. Trust me, my mom has said that to me a bunch of times where I'll tell her like, "Mom, I made a calculator program." She's like, "Oh, you're so smart." It's like, mother, I made an application that says 1 + 1 is 2. Also, calculators have existed for decades now. But it's a supportive mother. So I'm never gonna, you know, fucking tell my mom, "You're wrong, I'm stupid." You know, I will be thankful that my mother even acknowledges and, you know, is happy that I'm actually doing something. Low-key, you want to learn Lua? Why? What's stopping you? Lua's Lua's decently beginner friendly, I'll say. I know a little bit of Lua, but I don't really write in Lua all the time, so I'm very like, I don't write conventionally good Lua because I don't, you know, write it a lot. This semester I'm going to be writing in Python at school though. Like, I'm going to be writing so much Python. It's going to be insane. God, you have to hit this orb so late. Ow. Ow. This robot part's gonna take me a while to learn.
Do not run Python in your computer. I did that and almost died. Meow:3x3.
How did you run Python on your computer and almost die? Do I need it? I could literally just open Python right now. Look at that, guys. I'm a genius. Hey, that was an okay run. I hit these orb inputs that I absolutely despise. What I'm learning is you just pretty much hit the blue orbs at the last second. The first blue orb at the last second, and it should line you up. Ah, fuck. I hate my timing sometimes. Should I actually try to reach out to Mindcap about verifying Heliopolis? Do y'all think he'll actually acknowledge me? Or do you think he'll just like fucking skim past it? I thought about that yesterday where it's like, you know what? You guys already know I'm a crazy son of a bitch. And I would totally be like, you know, maybe I should try reaching out to him about verifying, you know, about being a verifier for Heliopolis. Oh wait, you guys couldn't see me running Python on my computer because I changed it to geometry dash. I changed it to only show my geometry dash. Oh no. So Lazy Kitty, like I know you're in a group chat that I'm in. That's fine. Like if you guys tell me check the media channel, I'll be better at actually checking those. But like if you say let me DM you or, you know, get on call, that's a no. But if you say something like check the media channel, I'll be more willing to do that now. Yeah, I've seen that GIF before. 5% that to me multiple times. The Python jokes are strong with that one. I am Jade Python after all. Ugh. I'm pretty sure those are frame perfects. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the jumps where you have to clear the block entirely are frame perfects. If I'm remembering correctly. Because I'm pretty sure Congregation has like 1 or 2 frame perfects. At least. I need to get an indicator for that one jump I keep dying at. Give me a second. This jump is hard. I think this one is a frame perfect. This one has to be. Because the window for that jump is insanely small. That's too late. Does that work? Hold on, let's go back. Look up a tutorial. There's some geode mods that can help you out. Watch a tutorial. Say I would love to help you, but I'm in the middle of a stream right now. I'm not gonna, you know, get off my game to help you set up Geometry Dash. You know, you can look up a tutorial. I'm not an encyclopedia. Do I time this jump? There we go. Do not play Tidal Wave on your computer. It's short-circuited your computer. You have a really low-end computer then. If Tidal Wave makes you lag, then you have a pretty low-end computer. So it has nothing to do with Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave is not that intensive. Compared to some other levels at the top, Tidal Wave is not that intensive. Like, every end is more intensive than Tidal Wave, by far. Every end is probably the laggiest top level. Like, I could run a copy of Grief on my PC, 240, zero lag. I can't run every end perfectly at 240. Let's do the first two jumps of the first three inputs of Heliopolis one more time. Okay, I need to switch icons. I can't use the cat when I'm playing Heliopolis. This level's so fucking hard. I hate that I'm getting better at the 120 Hz frame perfect though. Like, I'm getting a little better at it. Now I'm just dying at this jump, which is 60 Hz. Oh my god, I almost crashed out when I had to teach Viper how frame rate jumps, about like what frame perfects are, and why a 60 Hz frame perfect is not that much easier on a higher refresh rate. The song in this level tickles my brain. I can't explain it. I like the song in this level. And you see what I mean by like timing levels are really hard to make? Like, you know, this isn't something that you just see in a generic timing level. These are like interesting timings and unique. There's a reason why Heliopolis gets a lot of, you know, attention. It's a very unique timing level. Pretty sure you only need to hit one of these, yeah. These are all 60 hertz fucking frame perfects. These orbs. This is evil. This level's evil. Zoink had one of the craziest streams last night. He's streaming right now. What did he do? Was it exasperation? Also, I hate to be that guy. Am I the only one here that... Oh my god, voice crack. Am I the only one here that doesn't really like watching doggy streams anymore? The dude is just so negative all the time. And, you know, I understand why, by the way. I understand why this dude's fucking, you know, pulling his hair out. I'm not saying like, oh, he needs to fix it. He needs to fix himself up right away. But like, I struggle watching it because the dude just gets so angry. Like every time he dies, it's just fuck, man, fuck. I mean, I can relate. So like, that's why I'm saying, you know, it's not, he's not doing something like insanely, you know, how, like, what the fuck, you know, why is he acting like this? But it's more that like, I struggle to watch him now. It just seems like he's having such a, well, not seems, he is having a terrible time, but like, it's like watching someone get tortured. Like, it's just horrible. I can't watch it. I mean, like, I'll still keep up with it, but like, I watch his streams on mute now. And also, I always turn chat off because everyone in doggy chat is like mentally deficient. It's like, why? It's like, why? You should drop this level for your own like, you should drop this level for your own sanity. It's like, I don't think sanity is the problem here. He's I know a lot of people act like he's doing this for the money. I mean, obviously he kind of is, but that's by default. You know, he's doing it to beat the level, to verify it. The money is just something that he gets with it. But I don't know. I just struggle watching his streams now. And it's not even like his fault. Well, it's just, you know, as someone who has had a terrible mindset with things, it reminds me too much of like just how much of a bad mindset can fucking destroy you.
What's the things at the top of a window that lets you drag the window?
I'm gonna tell you one more time, Sayo. Stop. I am not a fucking tutorial. I'm not an encyclopedia. Why are you asking me these questions? These are things you can look up on Google. And why do you need to know what that's called? Like, I know you're trying to get help from me, but like, I'm not the person you should be asking right now. I'm trying to play Geometry Dash. I'm fine with asking questions related to Geometry Dash, but you're literally asking me like I'm tech support. I'm not a tech support person. I'm a software designer. If you're having trouble with Geometry Dash, I don't know what to do. You know, you should be able to figure out these problems on your own. Respectfully. This is the wrong every end. I don't know how many streams he took. I just know it took like a year. But Doggy is definitely on like the longest verification that I've even seen or heard of that doesn't count, that isn't Silent Clubstep. But Silent Clubstep is like a different case because it was like open verification. And it's just no one could beat it until now. But this is like probably the longest time I've seen someone take on a verification. Yeah, Bloodlust took Novel Boy a while to beat. Bloodlust took a long time to verify. There was even drama around it similar to what's happening with Doggy, where people just told Novel Boy to drop it and let someone else play it. Although it's not nearly as egregious as what happened with Bloodlust. Like there were people actually practicing Bloodlust on stream to try to beat Novel Boy before he could, because they just thought he couldn't do it. It took him a while. I think it took a year. Or close to a year. Let's make Jade's BPM go to 40. I don't think I can ever go to 40. I think the lowest my heart rate has been on streams is like 75. I don't think it goes any lower, bro. Unless I'm sleeping. Which I can assure you, I am not asleep right now. Well, that took 2 years. I don't think it was 2 years. Pretty sure it was only 1. That's about a year. What, a year and a half, which is what Doggy's pretty much closing in on. Yeah, I just can't watch Doggy streams that much anymore. I mean, I love Doggy, but you know, he just seems like he's not having a good time anymore. And I think just watching his streams really constantly iterates why I really despise the GD community sometimes. Like, there's so many people that are just unsupportive of this dude trying to beat the hardest level ever that no one can probably beat right now. And he gets shit for it. Where it's like, dude, like, how did you die there? And it's like coming from someone that's never beaten a hard demon. Like, it pisses me off. It pisses me off as someone who's been in communities that have just been so much more supportive of people. Like, again, I came from the Celeste community, and the Celeste community is probably the nicest fucking community I've been in. Like, in the Celeste community, if you do anything remotely difficult, they're gonna treat you like you're some god. Like, oh my god, you're so good. Like, my best speed run, I got 38 minutes, which is really good, by the way, but like compared to the world record, it's not even close. But do you think everyone was sitting there being like, great, now do 20 minutes, you know? Or, that's not the world record though. They never said that. They sat there and was like, holy shit, good job, you know? And then they would like ask the question, do you think you'll go for 20 minutes? You know, they'll never like target anything. They'll just straight up congratulate you for what you did. Geometry Dash, I beat Bloodbath. What do I get? Well, Bloodbath's not that hard anymore. Or, you know, can you beat a harder level? This community sucks. I'm not saying you guys do, but like, you know, the GD community, like... Sorry, I had to lock in there for a little bit. But like the GD community, just like from an outsider's point of view, kind of stinks. Undertale is way worse. We're not comparing other communities. I never said Geometry Dash is the absolute worst. Maybe I said it was the worst, but you know, I don't mean the absolute worst out of any community, but it's the worst that I've had to deal with. I haven't really been in the Undertale community, so I wouldn't know. I've actually never played Undertale. But like, you know, I've been in the Overwatch community, Rocket League community, and you know, they suck. But like Geometry Dash is probably the least fucking nice about you doing anything. At least in Overwatch, if you do something good, you know, you'll get something. In Geometry Dash, unless you're a top player, people think you suck at the game. That's just how it is here. And also, yeah, that's my perspective on Undertale. You know, from an outsider's point of view, I don't know what to think of Undertale. I know there's a lot of people that are hypersensitive about how you play the game. Like, they'll get mad at you if you play the game not how they played it, which is kind of dumb. But, you know, at least there's a community there. I can't really judge it, so, because I don't have any perspective on that community. I'm getting this 84 to 100 rundown. You think they should be different fandoms? Well, aren't they? Are they not two different fandoms? I know they're very similar, or they share some commonalities, but I wouldn't really consider it the exact same, you know. There's parallels, but I wouldn't quite say they're the exact same. Oh no, I've seen both. I've literally seen it firsthand, like some of my older friends. And even at college, like I've met some people that were like, how have you not played Undertale? And you know, that wasn't the problem, but it's more that like, you know, if you do play it, you have to get this ending. And it's like, what if I don't want to? And they're like, oh, you'll just not, you know, the game will just suck. And it's like, oh, well, so is the game really that good if, you know, if you don't play it one way, the game just sucks? But then when I bring that up, they're like, okay, now you're just being wrong, you know, but am I really that wrong? If according to you, there's only one way to play the game, even though the game itself says there's multiple ways to play it, and it sucks if you play it a different way, is it really that great of a game? I use that more to rage bait them. Because I'm tired of people telling me how to play a game, you know? Like I'm gonna play the game how I want to, whether you like it or not. But when I'm told, no, you have to do it this way, I'm going to be like, well, nah, now I'm going to think the game stinks. Because if you have to play it a certain way, is the game really as good as they say it is? You get what I mean? Like, that's my perspective on games, where, you know, if there's a specific way you have to play a game that has multiple endings, does that really make every ending good? Like, it's basic math here. What are we talking about? We're just talking about games. This isn't even an Undertale thing, by the way. Like, that comment I said isn't an Undertale specific thing, but it's just a thing in general with games, you know. It's just something I really don't like. I don't like it when, like, you know, I have to play a game a certain way because, you know, for me, games are supposed to be something that, you know, I want to do something in them, and I want to enjoy it in the way that I want to enjoy it. If it's a story-based game, obviously you don't really have that much control over it, but, you know, your control over it is whether you want to buy it or not. Whereas, like, with games where you do have more control over stuff, if, like, you know, there's one way you should do it and you'll have, like, the best, you know, you'll have the most gameplay, you'll have the most, you know, dialogue. That kind of, I don't know, I don't really like it that much. I know, like I'm not talking about the endings where, like, oh, you know, at the beginning of the game, you made a bad decision, you die. Like that, and that's an ending. Like, that's not, I don't have a problem with that because that makes sense. But, like, when they're just unevenly distributed and one of your endings just feels like absolute garbage, and then you're told to never do that ending, and, like, someone literally spoils, like, the ending for you when telling you, like, literally that's what's happened. Like, I've been almost spoiled on how to play on, like, some of the endings in Undertale just because people really don't want me to play it a certain way. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. You're already ruining my experience and I haven't even fucking played the game. You get what I mean? Am I crazy for that? I might be crazy for that. Like, I hate being told how to play a video game. I'm gonna play it. You know, if I do it the way you don't want, I'm sorry, but, you know, I spent $20 or $10 on this game, and I'm gonna, you know, play the game how I want. If you buy the game for me, sure, I'll play it how you want to. Yes. If you beat Bloodbath and someone tells you have to beat Bloodlust in the Apocalyptic Trilogy as well to have the full experience, well, that's just wrong. That's like, well, it's more like someone telling me you have to do the Apocalyptic Trilogy. You can't play Bloodlust, you know? Apocalyptic Trilogy has all the good shit in it, you know? But in reality, which level is more liked by the community? Bloodlust. Like, it's literally someone telling me, play Apocalyptic Trilogy because you'll get more out of it than Bloodlust. And it's like, but that's not, you know, that's not how I want to do it. I want to play Bloodlust. That's like the GD comparison I think you were trying to go for. And also, that's why I really struggle with people telling me to play a level, because I'm not going to play a level that I don't want to play. That, you know, I'm only going to play levels that I want to play. That's why I'm not playing levels like Artificial Ascent, and that's why I'm not playing levels like, you know, Accu, because I don't want to play them. You know, I want to play levels like Congregation. I want to play levels like Every End. You guys might not like that, but, you know, I like it. And respectfully, I'm not streaming for, you know, viewership or money. I'm streaming because I like to stream. It's like it's like a hobby to me. You'd rather play Aftermath over the Apocalyptic Trilogy? Well, I'm pretty sure anyone would. Actually, I'm pretty sure what most people would say is if you had to pick between those levels, they would choose to not play Geometry Dash. Those levels suck. I just hate how the Apocalyptic Trilogy chose to buff each level. Like Bloodlust, when it buffed Bloodbath, like that was perfect. And then Apocalyptic Trilogy comes out of nowhere and just makes it garbage. Oh, we're so close. We would have been fine with like a apocalyptic duo. Bloodlust and Cataclysm. Well, that would still be like the... Yeah, I guess that's true. It would be really bad to call it the duo, though. That just doesn't sound good, you know? It would be interesting what we would have to name that level. I mean, it could probably just be called like Apocalypse to build off of those two levels. Like, think about it. Aftermath doesn't really make sense. You know, there's Cataclysm and there's Bloodbath. I mean, I guess it kind of makes a little sense, like in the scheme, like in the theming of those two levels. But like, you know, Apocalypse also kind of falls in line with what a cataclysmic event and like a Bloodbath. You know, that's why it's called the Apocalyptic Trilogy. God damn it. The ramps are kind of throw me off because your icon moves a little faster. Hello, Fixie. Occurs to me is that a second jump off the ramp is a frame perfect. Yeah. But like, I guess this goes to show for those that like, you know, really think that frame perfects are super hard. Not every frame perfect is built the same. Like this frame perfect right here, I have a visual indicator for it. That's why I'm getting past it so much. And also you can thank Every End for that. Every End has made it so easy for me to like find and use visual indicators for jumps. So like it looks like I'm casually doing a frame perfect, but remember, not all frame perfects are the same. That's, I would argue, a very easy frame perfect. You know, frame perfect is just the window in time, but sometimes you can line yourself up on frame perfects to make it literally super easy. Obviously you need to have a good like sense of, you know, your input delay and shit. But like, you know, I'm pretty sure most of you can look at this jump and easily get it down. Once you find like that visual indicator, you guys can get that shit down. And then, of course, knowing you guys all know me, I die to the non-frame perfects. You can't really use many visual indicators. I mean, that's understandable. But remember, you don't use visual indicators that much unless you're playing a memory level or you're actually doing frame perfects. It's hard to say it's a... Well, it is a skill. It's a skill you develop. Like when you play memory levels, like I think the best way to learn visual indicators without doing frame perfects is playing a memory level. Because memory levels do force you to use like visual indicators. And, you know, just being able to identify them is the skill you need. Like once you identify them, you're good. Like it's weird for me to say that, but when you like after every single time I encounter a hard jump, the first thing I do is I'm like, okay, what can I use to figure out when to perform this input? Like that's the first thing I do. The problem with Heliopolis, though, is that Heliopolis starts out with like 30 frame perfects. So Heliopolis is like I can't have a visual indicator for all of those jumps, you know. Well, obviously if I was a super good player I could, but you know, I'm not. I have an urge to leave Jade's basement. Leave. It's not even locked. I've been listening to Heliopolis all day. I like the song. It's very funky. That's the best way I can describe it, you know. It's kind of funky. That wasn't a W run. I've had like a better run today, but you know, that was okay. Like if you look at the top, I had 42 to 54. Like that input just keeps fucking getting me. I think once I get that shit down, I'll be cooking. But orb visual indicators are so much harder for me. And then I should not be dying at that jump. Stop asking if I will play the Congregation full version. It's not even a... I don't know if you're trying to make a joke there, but you're just spamming it at this point. Yeah, Heliopolis is like a Mario game. The average Yamshash fan, every streamer and content creator is the same skill level, except Zoink. What? The average Yamshash fan, every streamer and content creator has the same and wait. The average Yamshash fan, every streamer and content creator has what? Okay, that sentence doesn't really make sense. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe I'm having a stroke. I think what you're saying is they all have the same skill level, like the fans, but they expect too much. I literally don't understand. You need to rewrite that, Lace Kitty. I don't get what you were trying to say there. You were cooking something, but I can't quite taste what seasonings you used. So I need you to make it again. Or forgot commas. I think he forgot some words as well. I don't know though. Lace Kitty, you got a C on your assignment. But I will allow retakes. So you're allowed to resubmit your assignment within 5 minutes of the due date, and I won't give you any penalty. You will be muted for 1 minute if you cannot correct that sentence. Fuck, that jump sucks. That was a co moment, but not there. In the average Geometry Dash fan eyes, streamers and content creators all have the same skill level, except Zoink. Okay, so you were just missing a comma and a little bit of grammar, but I'm not going to judge you in that. Yeah, you're honestly right. There's a lot of people that come into my streams and say play nullscapes, and I'm like, bro, my hardest is fucking Sakupen Hell. Look, I know Sakupen Hell's a hard level. I'm not trying to say Sakupen Hell isn't hard, but like, telling me to play nullscapes when that's my hardest level is egregious. Now, I'm gonna completely pull a 180 and start playing every end, but you know, that's a different case. At least every end is accessible, whereas nullscapes is not. Oh yeah, Burrito, you weren't here for the 16% run. I can do 84 to 100. Although, to be fair, 7% of it is like, you know, auto. But, you know, I can do the ending section. Literally, it's literally tidal wave 94 to 100. Dude, I hate that green orb so much. It's so awkward. It'll get consistent after a while, but that green orb is so awkward to press. It feels like I have to do it so late, but it also feels like I have to do it early. I don't get it. And then that, like, it's just two inputs that are really hard followed by one another. I think I'm pretty decent with robot. I would say literally nullscapes is inaccessible unless you can play shardscapes. I mean, shardscapes is just a good example. I mean, if you can play any list demon or anything close to like shardscapes difficulty, I think you could play nullscapes. But I do think shardscapes is a very good like check. If you think you can do good in shardscapes, I think, you know, you can try nullscapes. You'll probably hit a brick wall, but you know, at least when you hit the brick wall, it won't be as it won't hurt as much. Like, I cannot express to you guys. Like, I remember I've been asked, you know, is nullscapes harder than every end? And I'm like, you don't know how much harder it is than every end. It is way harder than every end. Like, you guys think every end, you know, looks easy. Nullscapes doesn't look easy, and it's harder than every end. And it's not even close, in my opinion. I think this is, it's like, there's no comparison. Like, nullscapes is like objectively harder. The gap in the top 10 is crazy. Kind of. I also think that every end is kind of the odd one out. Like, as much as I love every end, I know it's going to drop on the list. Every end will not stay at 5th place for that long. It's gonna meet its eventual fate of falling down the list like quite a decent amount. Like, I personally think every end should be like around 10th place, not 5th. Most people agree that it's harder than like Acheron, you know, but I don't think it deserves to be 5th place, you know. 5th place is kind of a stretch. Oh my god, dude. Those inputs are just so buns. Eventually they'll get consistent though. I really hope Zoid does after exasperation is Booba Wampa. I know someone that's doing Booba Wampa, but they're already dropping it. Like I saw someone, they hit like an I think it was a 80 something to 100, you know, a decent run. Or no, it was like 70 to 100. And it's a decent run, and the person said, yeah, I'm not going to do this from 0 because, you know, from 0 this level sucks, so they're dropping it. So that seems to be the cycle of Booba Wampa, you know. They can play the end of the level, but they all drop it because of the beginning of the level. You got a hand cam? I've had a hand cam for a while. Oh, hey, job application. Oh, I hate that orb. That orb sucks. Like, that's probably the worst input that I'm dealing with in this level. That fucking green orb there. That stinky ass green orb. Is Congregation fun? I'm having fun with it, honestly. I enjoy it a lot. It's a very nice change in pace to every end. Except, I hate orbs. I have learned that orbs in really hard levels are really fucking annoying. The same reason why people don't like UFO, you know, in super hard levels, is that orbs have so much more variance in the gameplay, so it's way easier to mess them up. Like that fuck-ass green orb. Fucking green orb at 48%. Time to add that to the list of orbs I despise. Yeah, it's like 500 something to 170. So like a 400 place gap. Crazy that if I do congregation, if I switch from every end to congregation, I would still be doing an insanely large jump. Which I guess just goes to show the jump that I'm already trying to do. And it's the sheer, like, size of the fucking Sakupen held at every end. That if I do Congregation, it's also still a huge jump. I think Congregation is harder than Sonic Wave. Yeah. Yeah, Sakupen Hell, the Congregation, is a harder jump than Sakupen Hell, the Sonic Wave. And I think there's actually a pretty sizable difference between Congregation and Sonic Wave. Like, again, you guys might not see it, but I'm actually doing 60 hertz frame perfects in this run. As my goat Lays Kitty pointed out. No, really? That was so close. We're so close to getting to the end of this part. Look, that's so brutal. I'm doing so good. I'm cooking. I'm eating this part up. I need to go pee. I'm so sorry, chat, but I need to go. I need to urinate. Don't tell anyone, though. And not yet. I actually need to turn off my heart rate monitor because y'all are freaky. I'm back. Bro was not peeing. Okay, you guys, you got me. I took a shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I lied to you. I took a shit. I hope you guys can forgive me for lying to you, but I took a dump. I took a fat dump. See, look, my heart rate went up. It was hard, bro. It was really hard. How hard should it be? At least 2 stars. I know that might be a little controversial, but I think it should at least be 2 stars. And at most, 10 stars. In the demon range, probably I would pick one of them. I'd pick one of them. Lazy Kitty, it literally says you played Fart 1. It should be easy. If I were to select one of those, I'd probably pick one of those 5. I think it should be exactly 15,000th place, though. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. I think exactly 15,000th place. All right, we're switching gears. We're going back to every end. We had our congregation fun. What is this stream? Are we on stream 29? Yeah, we're on stream 29. Jump from not Sakupen hell. No, it's not a jump from congregation. You guys all know it's not a jump from congregation. That was a mistype on my part. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Sorry, gang. No more. No more cat. Okay, we are turning on full screen. Oh shoot, I am on Globed. Let's see, do we go from 0 or do we try to get a new run to 100? I feel like I haven't done runs to 100 in a while. Jesus, what is happening? Oh, that's a fast chest. Why is my monitor being so fucking dumb? Hold on. Zero to 9 to 100, that ain't happening. I like that you're a believer, but that ain't happening. Oh no. The mind cap consistency. Come on, we gotta get it back. There we go. That's more like it. That's not more like it, but we got past the frame perfects. That's all I care. That's all I care about right now. $56 to 100. That's a really weird run. That's not a normal run, I'll say. 55 to 100 is a run. Sorry, we're using the antique Kiru colors. Or we have the pink outside and the white inside. He's the opposite. That one jump in Korea Quarters part at 54%. I hate that jump. That's my new kryptonite. Like Korea Quarters part, I'm so close to just getting every run. Like honestly, there's like 3 jumps that I just need to learn a bit, and then we got it. Damn it. Yeah, 10% is a terrible checkpoint. What are you guys on about? You guys are you guys are listing some really bad runs. And 30%? 30% is the, like, 30%? Why 30? No, 30 is a terrible stopping point. Why would you stop at 30? One to 56? Why would you start at that? And why would you want to die at 56? I mean, I die at 56 a decent amount, so, you know, I can't say much. Lays Kitty is the only one that is provided an insightful run. And it's not even a run, it's just start from 67. That tells me who really pays attention to my streams. That was so early. Fuck. I hate those jumps. Red part sucks. All the jumps are just super awky. Poopy every end when? I hate to break it to you. If someone ever makes a shitty every end level, they don't need to do anything other than remove the background. That would still make them really hard, Burrito. You might just, like, straight up, because it's a 7-minute long level, just remove the spikes. Like, just making them half spikes doesn't make it... Well, making them half spikes changes a frame perfect to, like, a, you know, a 10-frame window, which is still pretty tight, by the way. Like, even if you make them half spikes, it's still a pretty tight window to do some of these jumps. So I would say you have to do a little more than just change the half spike, the spike jumps to being half spikes. There's a lot of, like, Kermal's part is a great example where, like, that changes nothing. Kermal's part has no spikes. Oh yeah, half spike jumps are awesome, but, like, you know, they're not a good replacement to make it that much easier. You know, there even are half spike jumps in this level. You just don't see them. Like here in Korea Core's part, watch this. You're mind blown. Watch this. Look at that. There's 2 half spike jumps right there. You might not have ever seen that, but there are half spike jumps in every end. Why? I don't know. Probably because it makes those jumps actually easier. Well, it does make those jumps easier. A lot easier. Plus or minus, you have to have known that it was like that. There's no way you didn't know that those were half spikes. Any good layout progress on the layout? So right now what I'm doing on the layout is I'm just touching up the layout to look a little more clean, because right now it's kind of ugly looking. So I'm just cleaning it up. Well, you learned something new today, plus or minus. Even after beating the level, you learn something new. No, you can do them on 60 hertz. They're just really hard to do on 60 hertz. But they're not impossible. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of levels with spike jumps. They just don't look like spike jumps because they're, you know, they just don't look like them. But yeah, spike jumps are possible on 60 hertz. Very possible, actually. But you have to, like, set them up in a weird way. Ugh. I hate Starkey's part. Fucking hate this part. I hate Starkey's part. I hate Kermal's part. I don't know how you and Kiryu like the end of the level, plus or minus. Actually, I don't know if you like the end of the level, but I don't know how he likes the end of the level. This part stinks. I don't know how people like Kermal's part also. I hate playing Kermal's part. Like almost every end Victor I've heard, they always say Kermal's their favorite part. And I'm like, I don't like Kermal. Kermal's part sucks. I'm gonna cry. You like the end? It's tricky but satisfying. I mean, it's always satisfying to pull off. Like, I think Starkey's part is a good example of a part where I hate Starkey's part, but when I pull it off, man, I feel like I got it this game. But Kermal's part, I don't even feel good when I beat Kermal's part. Like, I just feel like, oh, about time, you know. Kermal's part just isn't that satisfying to beat. It's satisfying to look at. Like, it's a very unique and awesome, you know, part of the level. But I don't like playing it. You know, you can catch me playing Joxy and Nepesta instead of that.
I'm gay. My dad abandoned me at birth. I should jump out the window because I was born from a consanguineous marriage and my dad is a single ball monkey with Down syndrome and an alcoholic.
Fuck. Give me 1 second. Much better.
Don't do that.
Well, the point of the run was just to get to 79, so I'm fine. I just wish I was good at Kermal's part. I just wish I was good at fucking Kermal's part, man. That's the last part. Like, Kermal's part is probably the last part in the level that I just don't feel comfortable with. Like, every other part in the level, with like a few exceptions, I'm comfortable with. And the exceptions are just like there's specific sections of each creator part that like I really struggle with, like the Joxy staircase and like the first part and like the first few inputs in the Pestis part I keep fucking up. But man, I fucking despise Kermal's part. It's the last part I just need to be I just need to get comfortable with. Like, I'm like desensitized to dying in most creator parts. Like, you know, if I die far in Starkey's part, I'm not like that angry. I mean, obviously frustration can build up, but like, you know, I'm used to getting further in Starkey's part. But like Kermal's part, it's like I have no consistency. But like, see, like with Starkey, I know I can consistently get to like 74%. Let's do the second half of Kermal's part. What heart rate monitor do I have? I have a pulsoid. Just go to Pulsoid's website and they have a bunch of like heart rate monitors. She's at work. See, I'm just so fucking bad at this part. I hate this. My fucking mind block is Kermal's part. That's insane. That's like your mind block being the first 15% of a bloodbath. It's a frame perfect. It's okay. That's okay. I'm bound to die to that. I'm fine dying there. I'm not mad about that. I'm glad I just got past the ending of fuck. I'm just glad I can get deep into Starkey's part where I started like some way into Kerbal. You know, it's a frame perfect. It's okay. Those are also frame perfects. It's okay. Even though they're frame perfects, I should be consistent at already. I fucking hate that jump. I'm actually going to crash out if I die there. Like from 50%, if I die to that jump, I'm actually going to crash out. I've died to that jump so many times now. And it's like, I know it's a hard jump. I understand that it's a hard jump. But unlike the other jumps where I'm okay with dying at, that is just not a jump I should be consistently dying at. You know, the other jumps I'll eventually break through. That jump I haven't fucking broken through. It's not even a frame perfect. Not even close to frame perfect, I'm pretty sure. It's just a hard jump. I can't fucking do it. Oh my god, really? That's way too late, holy. I'm just gonna start at Korea course part.
Yo Jade, I'ma get off stream, okay?
What? I clicked. I fucking clicked. You guys could have heard that. I fucking clicked there. Let me fix this up for y'all. Sorry, my fucking mouse doesn't show for some stupid reason. Oh. Oh, hold on. We need to find the mouse. There we go. Okay, then we move down here. Let's say 61 from 50. I don't know why you guys can see the mouse, but I can't. We're just gonna drink some water. At least we got to Starkey's part. That's what matters. We got to Starkey's part. That's most of the run. We need to get to 76. That's the... If I can get to 76, then we officially have every end in 4 runs. And that's the monthly goal. Or that's the goal this month. Okay, if you guys keep spamming that, I'm just gonna mute you both. Can you guys like fucking get your fucking shit together? Come on. Okay. Where's Viper? I need her. She's like my only active mod right now. No, she's at work. I could tell she's at work this time because I asked if she wanted to play a game on stream. And she said today was the day that she just couldn't do it. So I said Sunday, if she wants to, we could stream us playing something. Probably not Geometry Dash though, you know, just some other game. Hello, Congronamics. Oh my goodness. Come on, the last two jumps in Raycor's part? Let's not. It's a 9 circles level. Sorry, your level's already bad. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I was kidding too. You will now be executed. Viper, execute Congronamics. He didn't immediately understand I was joking, so I think the only way we can handle that is beheading him. Old Spark 5, thanks for the 1 bit. Yeah, this level's nuts. This level, it's mistreated me so much, but I pushed through. Wait, did she actually time me out for 24 hours? Viper, I was joking! He was beheaded? No, that doesn't mean beat him for 24 hours. Unmute him immediately. Nah, he didn't do anything bad. We were just joking around, and as a joke, I said Viper behead him, and she actually did. So put his head back on, please. He's crying. You made him cry. Yeah, Viper, aren't you supposed to be at work, or did you get off? It's slow and you're procrastinating. Oh, great. Model employee, am I right? What do you guys think about the new Blue and Star Defense hero coming out? He looks pretty sick. He's an ice-themed character, and he buffs ice towers. So ice towers are more viable than they already are. Ugh, my brain is melting. This level melts my brain. It's probably going to be a shorter stream today. Yeah, definitely. Viper, you're not on your alt account. You're not on the account that has access to my channel. You're still on your main. Just say you forgot your password. New hero, as I said. There's a new hero coming out. Or I guess I said new character, but yeah, new hero. Blah, blah. Hold on, I need to check something. Oh, alt account? Okay. Mute evasion? Ugh. No one learns their fucking lesson. Couldn't wait 5 goddamn minutes? Yeah, I don't know why the mouse doesn't fucking appear for me. It's really annoying. There we go. He gets a 10-minute mute now. Bro had to literally wait less than like 30 seconds. Think about that. Bro had to wait less than 30 fucking seconds. And he would have been fine. But instead he made an alt account to try to, you know, evade it. That's sad. Hey bro, your prison sentence ends in 2 days. Yeah, but I really want to break out. And then you add 2 more years onto your sentence. I know prison's a very different case, but that's literally like on par with that decision making. Don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, just bro could have waited. Ugh, this shit part. Shit part always gets me, bro. Taking off a lot of rust. Oh boy. I forgot how hard this ending was. Or, this ending's not that hard, but you know. It's pretty tough. I need to use a fucking copyrighted version or a copyright-free version of this. Can I search for a song? The last. No, it won't let me. Actually, let's do the wave parts. Oh man, I was like too close. Who would have thought my way of playing the ball and cube haven't changed? You know, I'm still like decent at them. But I've lost my touch with like the wave and the ship. Okay, this fucking ball part sucks though. This is like the hardest part in the level that isn't a wave part. I think that's what people agree on, is that like this fucking ball part is the hardest other than the two waves. Holy fucking, that was a satisfying ass spam I just pulled off there. Y'all see that? I might be the GOAT. You see that shit? That one was not as satisfying, but like I was fucking weaving like a god there. That was not satisfying. I'll play this level more in my free time, I think. You know, if I'm tired of working on my level. Good level to practice. All right, I'm ending stream here. It was going to be a short one today. I'm hungry. I want to eat some food. So thank you guys for stopping by. I'll catch you all later.